I appreciate everyone for today, being with your brother Cash, Dr. Pearson-Rahtu, preordained 1179 AD in theology and logistic thoughts. Topic of today will be the frequency of vibration of individually collective. And where I want to first go off with it, understanding vibration. In any type of movement, there's vibration. In any type of substance, is frequency. So, therefore, when you look at the body's chemistry of the makeup of naturality, being from Mother Earth, also communes within our minerals. It also evaluates our being. It also enhances or destroy our self-awareness with naturalness of it. So basically, the vibration that we take as an individual is what we receive back through the frequencies that's given. So to make a long story short, if I give you positive energy, always have a positive vibe, even at the outcomes of things that's on the opposite narrow aspect of it, is still also movement of vibration and frequencies. So therefore, you still will inherit the frequencies of not only the colors, but actually the vibration itself through the rumbles. So if you look at your inner being and everything that you project and foresee it coming to fruition, and you're positive on that notion and knowing it's going to happen, rest assured that it's going to happen because you put it within the atmosphere. And by putting it within the atmosphere, Mother Earth, the whole collective of the universe, will communicate back with you. You just have to have eyes to see, ears to hear, and an open heart to receive. So what comes from your inner being will return to your inner being for another day, for another lifetime, etc. So also you want to look at the negative energy charges that's also there, understanding that we need that negative energy to have positive energy. You know, there's a left and there's a right. Directional, they give up and down, diagonally, southwest, east, west, southeast, and all that. So when you really look at it, you're only going in one or two directions. And those directions, depending on the individual and the nature of things that's going on harmoniously within the universe itself and the nature or environment that you are within with your existence of being, will also cabaret on all of that. It will allow you to flourish and it will allow you to diminish certain aspects that isn't pure for that environment or that type of situation that you may be in. Also, using your energies through your chakras and things of that nature, you have to understand the light bendage of them, of your hues, your green, your yellow, and your orange. You also have to look at your negative charged energies of the darker green, white, and black. So when you go off into it and see that there's always substance in each and every matter. So therefore, if you have the analogy to press the throttle on that bike, you can pedal forward. If you push that pedal to backwards, then it'll pedal you backwards unless it's a freelance change. And what I mean by freelance change is opposition to movement instructors. Opposition to movement instructors only lead but one way. It's a constant thing. It only goes one way through curvatures. Coming back, singularity, it'll leave off the imprint of where it thrusted from. So if you thrust this way, the imprint of what you leave will expand and come back. So now you leave particles of your energy as you move forward. You leave particles of your energy as you move backwards, even though that you're still going forward in a dimensional substance. But vibrationally, when the waves consist of and come through, as you watch the linear of it, you can understand and see the actual motion of it. So then, therefore, it becomes an optical illusion of being in a certain frequency of vibration going a certain direction when it's actually going both directions at once. So when you actually see it and as it flows through, at one point it always going to have an intermediate spot or the X spot, or X marks the spot, however you choose to call it. So when you go off into the deepness of your spirituality of being, then therefore you would want others to do unto you as you do unto others. So if I'm kind to you, be kind to me. I would not be rude to you, because that is not an option to be about when you want to uplift and bring greatness in your environment. No different than planting a seed. It needs nourishment. You must plant it. You must water it. You must take care of it and see the results from there. But understanding, because you have so many different varieties of aspects always come, look at the sharpness of light itself. When it beams from you, what reflection does it give back off? What reflection does your being bring about into the frequencies of others? How do your adjustments of who you are as an individual brings about the greatness of others? When you look into the different aspects of numerology and running 3, 6, 9, 12, which is only going back to 3, because you have to look at the numerology of it, but then also you have to take away the extra 1 because of the negativity that sits in between the 0. You only can go one way or the other, which will still be a directional way that you're going to encourage. So you also have to be mindful enough to understand that what we speak, what we do, all has a chain reaction on others. We want to also eliminate certain aspects of negative charges through some people, understanding and knowing their true vibration. And for them to understand and see it is for them to know themselves. But also, a person can be known to know themselves by others' evaluation, sitting on the outside looking in, if that makes sense. So therefore, when you use your vibrations and your energy, you pulsate it not only within the loveliness of the God-given hands that you possess, but also everything that comes from within. So as it shines, you can see the dimness of it, no matter how bright it is around it. That little dark spot in between it that sits there is the manifestation of any and everything going and coming in existence, so it can recirculate. That's the same way of life and death. We're born, we die. We reborn, we die again. So if you take that back to the natural atmosphere of Mother Earth itself, she replenishes herself at all times, despite the destruction that mortal man put on her. But she always rejuvenates. She always come back bigger and stronger. When you're in tune with Mother Earth, she'll let you know the different elements that's for you. For is your breathing apparatus, for is the station of your walk, for is the nurturing of water and existence of life, not being stagnant but constantly flowing. So therefore, as our veins flow through our blood flow through our veins, also understand the subject of water that's within our system as well, that never pours. If you ever get a cut on your hand or anything and you notice how you bleed, but you never see the water pores of it, the substance that stays within the tissue is to help rejuvenate the water, because now it has to move faster. So therefore, the molecules are also moving faster so they can reconjoin each other. And once they get a steady flow of electromagnetic waves, it also coincides with the magnitude of magma or lava within the bloodstream itself. So if you think of a volcano being hot, so is the core of our beings. We have a source that is so hot that it's cold. The reason why it's cooled down through the atmospheric gesture that is stuck into of our, should I say, shell of a body, it keeps it calm. It keeps it eruptive, and it also keeps it cool. When you get agitated or angry, you notice how you heat up. So that's the lava, that burning fire, and things are spilled through your blood. So then, therefore, when you put it in opposite direction of that evaluation, then therefore it brings out nothing but more greatness, more happiness of emotions through certain frequencies. So if you have a low vibration spirit, it will immune and illuminate around you. If you have a high vibration of a spirit, it will illuminate and show around you. So thus for what's up is also down. So as below, as so is high. So therefore, we have to also keep in mind state that any and everything that we do always have a energy that brings about vibration of frequency. Whether it's being born a male or female, dying to become a male or female, to be reborn as a male or female, an existence of natural vibration of the universe. The concept of the structure of it all as one collective, that no one is bigger than the other, but all is shared and needed for the equality of balance of duality in life and with life. For there's always life and never without life. It's only without life after that life leaves, but that new life becomes from the old ways, becoming to your new ways. No different than you changing your mind state of going left and right on a highway. Which direction? You're going to bring whatever energy that comes to it from the actions that you choose to go about it. And therefore, having that analogy and understanding it, and also being mindful of the structure of the individual, will always show the true balance of one's self and collective self. I am collective, you are collective. Yet we are individuals, yet we are collectively the same. We all breathe the same air. We all bleed the same. We all have texture of substance of our skin, our hair, and things of that nature. And when you go into the biology part inside of it, you see the breakdown of the nervous systems. And the tree of life resides up and through the spinal cord, through your center of your being. Your roots are below, which is your reproductive and everything. The stems of life that blooms comes from the stems of your trees, which will be the brain. So when you look at your veinage within your body system and see that middle standpoint where it divides to go all the way around, coming down through that singularity, you can understand the structures of the ups and downs that manifest through the different vibrations that you put forth off into it. As using your petals, you have to use that energy. It has to come from the top to make it to the bottom. It has to go with the manuals that it must come from the center to move about around within the center. So when you look at it in those terms, it makes it more relevant for the understanding of natural vibration of the universe. Is also, once again, constructive and destructive. The only thing we do is play our part in it each and every time. The difference of it is how do we choose to play our part within the frequency that we give unto others and would like for others to receive out of that. When we step into a room, everyone is happy. When we leave a room, they go back to their faultiness because you're no longer there. So if you're the spring, the summer, and also the fall of the individuals that surrounds you, or you allow surround you being within that atmospheric structure, then therefore you have to see the harmonious channels that it also takes and divinity of that. So therefore, if you're on a greatness and want nothing but greatness, you shall and will have that because that's what you strive for. Your greatness may not be the next person's greatness, but also take into account that their greatness is also equal to the greatness that you possess. For the simple fact, yet once again, we're all within this universe, we're all within this plane, we're all within this realm. So therefore, we all must do our parts to understand and make it. You know, whether you want to do great or not do so great, whether you want to be behind the scenes and see others great and yet yourself understanding the true wealth and all the greatness that you possess also will bring about that same individual wealth for others. So, you know, don't look at treasures upon earth, but look in heaven, which is within inside of yourself. so that you can understand and know your worth, and to be that worthy of that worth that it constitutes with your being, of your vibration, your frequencies that you give, the hues that you leave in your dust trails, and things of that nature. I apologize for being simplified in it. I could go in more in depth with it, but you will have to come to your Dr. Pearson-Rahtu, preordained 1179 AD, in Theology and Ologistic Thoughts at YouTube. So if you look up Dr. Pearson-Rahtu, you will find different articles and different sayings of things that needs to be said by your brother truly. AEO, Black Sun, White Moon forever.
AEO. That was awesome.
AEO. Anybody got any questions for him?
Yeah, does anybody have questions? We're now in the Q&A session.
When you were talking about the 36912, may you elaborate more?
Well, with the 369, you have to look at the quarters of everything in being existence. So we understand that we have particles of nature itself within us. The main three will be the neutrons, electrons, and things of that nature. The sixth element of it will turn flip for to see the frequency that divides and turns the other way. The winding of the 4 o'clock of 9 itself will bring all three of those together out the three simple modifications of mind, spirit, and body, or vessel, depending on how you want to look at it. And what I meant by the 12 was having the 1 and the 2 put together to have 4, because if 1 plus 1 is already 3, and then you have to take away that 1 out the positive or negative just to meet the 0 satisfaction of years past of astronomics of those that are in power. So that's a different total subject, but still deals with the same subject matter. You know, understanding that the celestial that we go by, quote unquote, is the 12 months, even though for us we know it's more than 12 months. So therefore, when you look at your birth chart, being born within this realm of a certain season, you have to understand the connectivity of that season with your birth. And then therefore you can see the valuation of how time scales and how the time have been scaled through, once again, those as in power that has the power to change dates, to say this is what holiday is going to be, this is what this is. So then therefore when you go back into the natural being of it, go back into your mother's womb from the time that you was conceived, then the time that you was born, you will see that the time that it took to actually be conceived or adopted within the realm was not the time that you was actually within the water of conception. So therefore, if you was born in, let's say, September, then therefore you might as well say that you was literally born in July, if that makes sense to the structure of taking away that 1 with that extra 2 for the 4. So it'd still be 1 plus 1 is 3, if that makes any sense.
Thank you. And then that's actually very interesting to hear, because that means that we should go back and recalculate that information when it comes to like the accurate time of us being born, so that way we're able to properly use is it like astronomy, right? The astronomy?
Yes, yes, yes.
Astrology.
Oh, yeah, astrology. And Dr. Rahtu, what are some great exercise practices in regards to Yes.
No, to regards to the 369.
Yes, sir.
Well, then one, you want to make sure off top that your structure is pure. So look at it as the pure of the incense and the burning of the incense of your purity through your spirit. So therefore, you want to make sure that your body is fully adapted and aware. so that you don't consume harmful things, but consume natural, better things. That also goes with practice of meditation to be able to manifest and see through and understand the road that it needs to take for a better health within oneself and also the mental of others as well. You know, it's just strictly not about you yourself, but what it boils down to, you yourself being prepared and able to also assist in existence with the universe, because there's no mistakes that ever been made, and there won't never be, according to the universe. So therefore, when things are involved or dissolved, you have to look at the structure of being that comes along with it. For is your dieting, your water consumption, the way that you consume water, the way that you consume eateries and things of that nature, but also, once again, the mind over matter situation that brings about how things naturally come to you and for you through naturality.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question. Dr. Ratu, um, can you go deeper into the color, the science of color, and its significance to vibration and how to use it to benefit you?
Well, it depends on which frequency that you call for. If you call
Okay.
for, let's say, a 528 frequency, you will want to even out and balance your ingenuity. So that'll give you your greenish white mix color and vibration of frequency itself. The higher the hertz, the higher the frequencies go in color, but they're only diminished to a certain point of existence, because anything under that will be so deep to where it start moving the molecules around or the structure of the biology of the actual cell itself. So the deeper your vibration is, the deeper it goes to your DNA structure. The lighter the vibration is, it harmoniously works the outer layers of your inner cells coming through your white bloods or your red blood cells, and also through semi radiation, which is more ultraviolet rays and vibrations at, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 11,058 kilohertz will uh, will manufacture and start tingling your actual veins, like within your vertical of your arm. It also hit the portion of your cortex that's going to your cerebellum. For the pineal glands, it comes strictly down through the spine, through the cortex, all the way down to the small of your back, where all the veins extract from. So anytime that you feel that your feet are tapping to, let's say, some musical instrument, that shows the vibration of that frequency so that you can tap your feet. So then other times you will hear a frequency of vibration through certain music to where you only move your head. Then you have other ones that you may just tap your fingers or move your arms or something, or just move your shoulders, or just, go within the wavelength of the vibration itself.
May I ask a
Thank you for
question?
that.
Thank you. Sorry. May I ask a question in regards to what your statement just now?
Yes.
How do we deepen our vibration to make sure that it
For
is
one,
like, yes.
for one, you have to be in tune with yourself. Like the great architect said in many quotations, not to be discriminative to any religion, but know thyself. Know thyself so that you can show of your purest form. So if you know that you can walk on Mother Earth in the grass and feel her vibration in her movements, or lay on her and feel the vibration of her movements as she breathes and giving breath unto us. So also you can do it by tuning yourself in a closed location where there's you and a frequency of 825 vibration of hum. And once you hear that, of it, you will start feeling not only through your guttural, but coming down through your pectoral to feel the different vibration that it gives. And as you stimulate it, and it goes back to your cortex, it'll start stimulating the rest of your phalanges and things of that nature also. And that also lets you know. Same way with healing of, let's say, a femur. Now we know the inner portion of it, and let's say that we want to rejuvenate the outer portion of it. If you rub your hands together and meditate and feel the energy pouring to your hands, and once you feel that and understand and know, which you will know once it truly gets there, you can feel the magnification that brings about it. And once you literally physically place your hand upon it, not only will you feel the heat within your hand, but the manifestation of self-healing will also absorb and go through the electrodes through your veins to let you know, hey, we need help over here reconstructing this and getting this back together. It's no difference than having a scab that goes across the skin that rejuvenates itself after a while. But you can speed up that process with certain oils and things of that nature. I don't have my book here with me to say per se which ones, but I know rosemary as a flower also will help with that as well, because that has different healing properties within it. And also the manifestation and the practice of absorbing and moving about your energy. You know, you have to understand where it comes from, what makes it, and what parts it go to in order to physically help the being itself. I'm not saying it works for everyone, but I understand through experience that it has helped me over the years. And it's still getting better, but not as fast as I would like it to. But at least I understand and see the research of it from actually coming to pass on being there. Even though that all time wounds will heal, but not all the time wounds will heal. So then, therefore, you have to see what can kickstart or rejuvenate or rebirth of that dead cell so that it can replenish and be plentiful, if that makes sense to you.
Yes, thank you.
Also very important, can you also give everybody a hint where they can find your books and your other work so that everybody has the chance to find out more about your content?
Well, basically, yeah, once again, on YouTube, Dr. Pearson-Rahtu, preordained 1179 AD. That's where I'm mainly podcast here and there on, or have things that I've put up dealing with different matters, psychological things that's dealing with DNA, things that's dealing with spirituality, things dealing with duality, things that's dealing with frequencies on a deeper note, things that deals with conscious relationships, not only with those that you endure, but those that are estranged to you. So therefore, you have better communication with others in their diminished times of pleading. And don't look that everyone is just mean. Everyone goes through something. So everyone has something that they need from someone else to make them whole, just like any and every last one of us. If we don't get a positive energy in the morning time from non-motivation of self, then therefore we get up groggy, go to work, feeling all this until someone comes through the door, kind of brightens up our day despite how we feel and make us forget about it. So why not also be that collective energy to be able to be that spark for others? So therefore, your routine will be, as you awaken unto the day, to give honor and praises to the great architect of the universe for allowing this breath to be a part of you and not be wasteful for you. So therefore, your energy is already getting set before you get out of bed, understanding and knowing that. Then later on, as you walk about that path to see it, you can better understand it because you can see it all around you with your eyes. Brother Andrew, you went to mute. I can't hear you.
You mentioned about the tree of life.
Yes.
And in your spinal system, I mean, in your veins, yes. And
yes,
the tree of life. And I've heard about the tree of life from the Kabbalah and from sacred geometry. Could you say more about that?
Well, basically, it brings back to the life source. It brings back to the life source of your being and how we become about. And just a quick narrative on the tree of life. If you look at the root of a tree when it's below ground, and then you look at what spawns from the roots that's above ground with the trees or the leaves and things of that nature. So that's why when you look at the body structure and the veins, you can understand the subject matter of the substance that surround it to make it beautiful, to make it plentiful, to help give life.
And also, is saying that the tree of life is in our veins. Is that like another way of symbolically saying connecting to source? We're connected to source.
Connected to. Yes, because when you connect to the source of being, which will be your deity or whom you trust and believe in, that actually configured each and every individual in the world, it also gives the aspect that we all carry the same traits. We all have those veins. We all have those limbs, except for those that's born without those certain attachments to themselves and things of that nature, which is an offset, but also an onset of the creator's analogy of the universe, so that yes, you can have all 10. Well, 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. And then no, you may not have all 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. So you have to look at the structure in itself as it grows. The perfect tree can't grow constantly without having imperfectness to it. So therefore, looking at the universe having this duality, everything is made perfect in an imperfect, chaotic, beautiful way.
And also the veins going through our body and pumping blood all around our body reminds me of circumambulation, the movement.
Well, yes, it will. Yes, because without the hard pumping the blood to go through the veins and without the movement of your actions being that vibrant vibration that you are as an individual will not help move along in frequencies of the veins. If you just lay there, where do all your blood go? To the bottom of it. So if it all flows to the bottom, just same way if you turn yourself upside down, all the flow of your body is going to rush to the head. So once you head right back up, you'll be kind of woozy of overflow. But then again, depending on how long that you're topsy-turvy, quote unquote, so you have to look at the structure of the balance. Without having your body equally balanced, your blood cannot flow from the heart or the heart to pump more blood throughout your veins and to rejuvenate it through the breath that goes through the lungs. We have a natural dilution system, not only through the bowels, but also through the lungs as we breathe. We breathe in toxins, but we also shoot out toxins. So a part that does not help the element of our structure, we put it back off into the atmosphere. So as we breathe in again, we understand that yes, particles of whatever's in the air is going to be there. And once again, the body itself, being a natural digestive system, will weed out what's good and what's bad out of that. No difference than when you catch a common cold. The virus itself has any and everything to do with not being the usual matter of your structure. And that's hence having the cold comes from. But if you have certain immunes to your system that will help fight that off, then therefore you will be one of the type of people that's less often having headaches, less often having colds, things of that nature. Even with inflammation to the nostril glands when it comes to allergies and the dividing of the nostrils that goes to the eye socket that also have air that comes through there. So it just depends on the natural of the person and they body structure chemically wise.
Thank you.
Dr. Rahtu, Pearson-Rahtu.
Yes.
Since you're talking about tree of life, maybe I want to make sure that my questions, I saw a photo where it separated the human body and only had the veins of the human body, and it looked like roots and stuff.
Exactly.
And it was showing a photo of like a person walking, and it was just like a whole, it's just roots, like a body, no meat, no nothing, no bones, just the roots walking and energy from the earth going into the roots. Do you happen to know how that works, or how to do that, or how to move about with that? Or, I mean, how does that work?
Well, under that aspect, we can't sit here and just peel off our skin just to show that portion. But another way that you can do it by once again connecting with Mother Earth, not to shy away, meaning take off your shoes, take off your socks, have your bare feet upon the grass or the sands of Mother Earth, and feel the vibration that it gives you. Skin to skin as a child and a mother love and endure when they first born. It's the way that Mother Earth endure all of us every which way. From there we come, from which we go and return. The spirit has always been the openness and the greatness of each individual. And by that substance not being able to change, but always in circulation of flotation, it gives a different structure meaning to the physical body here in this realm. So take off those shoes, walk in the grass, walk in the sands, talk to Mother Earth, feel her trees, breathe her air, be in tune with her, and she'll love you back, just like masonry does.
Thank you.
This is also being called grounding or earthing. So this is something that we all should do, and it should not be a coincidence that the soles of our shoes are always made from rubber. That's my 2 cents here.
And you're correct. That's the shy away, or the shoe, or the shoe.
Thank you.
Once again, you can hear mostly all of these inside of your brother, Dr. Pearson-Rahtu, preordained 1179 AD, in Theology and Logistic Thoughts at YouTube. So go to Dr. Pearson-Rahtu inside of YouTube. It'll bring them all up. And you can listen to the different frequencies that I chose to use, and all of them, all the different segments. If you start from the beginning, you will see the manifestation of vision. And after that, you will hear the word, and you will see the words and the signs. And it'll bring you up to speed for more to come.
That's awesome. AEO.
AEO.
That is AEO. Thank you.
AEO, brother. That was
Excellent
fantastic.
presentation. Yes,
And
sir.
if you don't mind, before we stop the recording, can you just call out your YouTube channel name so that anyone that's listening can search your YouTube channel and find the other works that you published up there already?
YouTube channel, Dr. Pearson-Rahtu at 1179 AD. Once again, on YouTube, put in Dr. Pearson-Rahtu at 1179 AD.
My brother, you may want to spell Rahtu out for him.
I will spell out the whole name. We know Dr. dot Pearson dash Rahtu, Rahtu.
Thank you. See, that dash would have been hiding. They didn't know about that dash. or how to spell Rahtu, because there's many ways you can spell Rahtu. So yeah, I'm glad you did that, man. That was an excellent presentation.
We step away for a minute and get ready for work.
Yes, thanks, Dr. Pearson-Rahtu, for this great TED Talk. And I think this was like a very good way to jump us all off. So you set the mark right now. It will be a challenge for the next person to meet your level here.
I'm only talking about universality of individuality collectively.
Dr. Pearson-Rahtu, are you the owl?
I only say that as the wise owl.
Okay,
And
I saw it. I
serve.
just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Yes, that's I. You're welcome.
All right, then if there are no more questions, then we ended up here.
Thank you.